Hello and welcome back to yet another adventure of American Truck Simulator. Well, you got me. It is European Truck Simulator 2. We'll be diving into some more stuff and hopefully we'll take one last run to try to discover a man dealership in a place called Linkoping, I think. I'm probably absolutely 100% butchering the name. We'll try to get our own truck and then we can drive down that adventure of hauling trailers and trying to buy our own trailer potentially at some point. For those of you looking for more ATS content, that will be coming here in a little bit. They recently, not too long ago, released Oregon, and there's some rumors coming along about what the next state is. So we're going to let that rest for a little bit. There's a number of states we haven't driven through on that. We'll dive into that at a later date on another set of videos. But for now, let's see if we can't find ourselves a job. Excuse me, a job from anywhere here in Norway over to Linköping in Sweden. So this is where we're trying to get to. And of course, we need to find jobs that'll take us there, and I'm not sure we'll be able to get it, but we'll see. So last episode we went from Oslo all the way over to Bergen. It was quite a long drive. It was very, very enjoyable. There were a lot of tunnels, really cool intersections underground. Now, once we have our own truck, I'm not going to be jumping around. We went to Bergen, we'd be driving out from Bergen, but right now, we're taking quick jobs. Basically, people are looking for drivers, and we'll say yes. We'll drive over, we'll fly over, whatever it may be, and we'll drive a truck. So let's see if we can get anything that's actually going to Linkoping. Um, Linkoping. If you guys know how to properly say that, or let me know if I am saying it correctly, give me a holler, and we can make sure that we get that squared away. So let's see if we have anything that's heading over that way. Nothing here. I have a feeling we might be out of luck, but we'll take a gander and see what we got. Oh, we have one. Interesting. Just outside of Oslo, going over. And that is going to be 16 tons of gravel and a Mercedes-Benz. Um, I think this is what we drove last time. So we have one. Let's see. Ooh, actually, I wonder if the search feature works. Here's a gut check. I've never actually tried this. Yeah, I don't think it does. That's unfortunate. But, so, or maybe we can sort by destination that we're going to. Okay. Let's see, is it working the way that I want it to? I think so. So if that is the case, though, we only have one job. We'll look through these here real quick. And if that is the case, man, how lucky is that, if that is actually the case? Huh. There you go. That's the one job that we are actually scheduled to take. It'll get us where we want to go. And hopefully we'll discover a man dealership over in Sweden. And from there, we can start hopping our way through Europe and checking some stuff out. Alright, so we will take that job. Oh, I'm excited. And I have no idea what that is. Very interesting. Mercedes. See, this also has the separate dials on the left and the right that I really, really enjoy. So I don't know. I think at some point I'm just being contrary, but there's some stuff that I didn't like about this, I recall. Not really sure what, but this does have a dash. So, and so we can probably get rid of that. Alright. What do we actually got here on the truck? Uncovered gravel this time. Okay. I think the last load we had was stone, and that was a little bit different. That's cool. And let's see, where are we actually heading? Hanging out, taking a left. Go and do some crazy stuff. Going through some toll roads, I think that is. I don't think it's necessarily to change countries. Though I could be wrong on that. All the way over and down. Well, This is going to be a bit of a journey. Let's see, is there a man dealership in here somewhere? Potentially. We'll make sure we swing by that just in case. And we'll go from there. Wow. I don't need that one. Cool. Alright, well, I tell you what, let's go dive into this. We've explored 1.19% of the world. This trip is going to be 523 kilometers. It is going to be a long trip. And looks like it's hopefully early morning? Question mark? Leave the clock? Maybe it's afternoon. But either way, we will get rolling and we'll see how it goes. I can recall how to get out of here anyway. I did not even see how powerful this particular truck was. The guess is that it is. Oh, and would you look at that? We actually have some snow. We gotta hang a left out of here. Some stuff here in the back. I'm all distracted. There's really cool stuff happening. We still gotta go left, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, we're good. Oh man, that is just pouring down. Well, guess we're in for a bit of a rain today. Oh, I made mistakes. Thankfully he was turning. But I should have yielded to him if he was going straight. See, it's just really hard to see these things unless you're right up on top of this. So, we'll have to keep our eyes on it. See what we have to do. The detail on this is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful though. The truck is just amazing. It's just aesthetically, it's probably be a different story if I was actually driving it, but at least here in the sim, it just, the fidelity of my monitor, resolution, it just doesn't quite match for me. We'll try to hammer down a bit more if we can, and we'll go from there. If you guys notice, it's not really snowing in here, so... Oh, and it is only 70, so we are totally speeding. That's not good. Right into a corner. It's a short trailer, so it should follow us fairly easily. We'll go from there. Just gotta climb this hill. On because we'll be merging. Thankfully there's not a lot of traffic, so that's nice. We're on this rutted up stuff though. You can already kind of feel us bouncing around the ruts. That's pretty cool. It's actually really, really cool. I like that. And it's 80, so we'll punch it. We'll see what we do. What are you slowing down for up here, buddy? Hopefully we gotta turn right anyway. He's slowing down as well. I don't know if he's gonna go straight or if he's gonna cut me off. Yeah, he's going straight. Man, these turnoffs are so small. Are these how they I really wonder if these are how they really are. If they are, let me know. It seems pretty ridiculous to me, but how many can we get traction to actually get up here? Alright, should be good to go. If we can actually get going. There it goes, it just broke free. Yeah, because if you don't quite have the right tires or traction, a lot of times if you do finally get power down, your wheels will actually spin. And some of these trucks do have differentials that you can engage, which can help with that, but I don't know how much of these stock vehicles actually have winter style tires. So something to consider as too, but it's even more reason to find this dealership once we get there and actually go from there and actually get our truck purchased up so we can finally call it our own, even if it is going to be absolutely bare bones minimum, and we'll have our own vehicle and we can go from there. So that'll be pretty cool. Oh, man, I gotta really watch out for these things. That's just disaster all the way around. Not realize that was coming up. And with the winter mod, you slide around quite a bit more. So yeah, what have you guys been up to last couple weeks? I'm sitting here kind of doing a batch of these recordings, so they'll go out and really getting some kicks out of the Grimes mods. Really haven't had a chance to mess with the longer yellow mods. I'm not really sure I've noticed much of a difference, but they should be active, as well as the City Lights mod um, by Safely, I think it is. Oh gosh, I'm trying to let off the brake as I go over those. I don't want to mess up with the suspension. But again, they look really, really nice. I gotta go forward just a little bit more. Yep, we'll pay that. No worries. Make sure there's no one coming on the right side. I think we're okay. If not, I'm sure we'll find out. I think this goes into 2 lanes. It's hard to tell. So we either turn or we merge off to the right. My signal on. Ooh, shoot. Oh yeah, it slides around a little bit. Good thing no one was there. Gotta go into this one and around. Make sure we get around this corner without sliding off. That would not do very good, seeing as how it's, one, not our truck, and two, would actually damage the trailer. So let's put our left signal on, let's try to merge over. Hey buddy. Thank you very much. Back onto the rutted road, and let's see where we go. I think the sun is coming up. Or it's noon, I'm not sure. I know a lot of times the days are very, very short. I remember back before we moved a little further south, a lot of the winter that you'd run into, it. Oh shoot! I gotta go this way. Golly. One of the things you'd run into is wake up for work, go to work in the dark, and at some point in the day. No, that's not the one. Where am I going? I have no idea. Yes, at some point in the day, what you'd run into is the sun would come out, you know, around 9:30, 10 o'clock, if it wasn't obscured by snow and cloud and just general gray skies, kind of how it looks out here. And then the sun would actually go down about 4 o'clock, 4:30. So before you actually got a chance to get out of work, it would be dark again. So for many, many weeks, for months, what would end up happening is you would wake up in the dark, go to work in the dark, work, and then come home in the dark, and you never actually see the sun unless you were lucky enough to have a actual lunch break that you weren't working through. And it's just one of those interesting scenarios where for a large number of the time that you were going through the winter months, unless you were out and about on a non-standard work schedule, um, it was just dark all the time. Ooh, what do we have going on up here? Okay. Someone had a bad day. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, but one of the other things I've noticed coming out towards the Rockies a little bit, in the Midwest, what we had for ski hills, they definitely weren't as tall as what they have out here, but everything was lit up. You'd go skiing till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, just fine, no worries. Out here, it's a foreign concept. The mountain ski runs are not lit up. Just kind of hang out in the daytime. It's very, very odd. It's a different experience than um, a lot of the stuff that I was expecting to see. I guess that lane kind of came back together. Um, Interesting. I have no idea what that little blue arrow and a sign meant, but we'll see if we can't get up this just fine. We'll put our hazards on though, because this is not going to work out well. We're doing alright though. Bet you this truck's got a decent amount of horsepower. We're cruising about 45. Sorry, buddy. Back down to 70. We're barely even targeting 60, so. Alright. Oh, this must be the border. Cool. Very cool. Now, I do not know what the speed limit rules are here, so we'll have to keep our eyes out. I'm assuming that my GPS will tell me if I'm doing something incorrect or wrong, and this is really tight. And we'll go from there. Ooh, this is very tight. Not a fan, honestly. You're definitely speeding. Yeah, not really sure what the rules are here. In Sweden, I think it is, for speed for vehicles, or necessarily for speed cameras and what have you. So we'll have to see how that works. Another fender bender. Looks like someone left the scene. We saw one of those a couple sessions ago, I think it was. It's very interesting. Seems to be a rash of people getting rear-ended and then fleeing the scene, apparently. See if we can't get up here around 70 and stick to it at least a little bit. Yeah, if this truck in front of us kind of sticks on the same speed path, we'll mirror him a little bit. We should be alright. Curious to see what the, no, looks like he's probably turning hard into the brake. Yep. I'm curious to see what the police cars are here. I wonder if they're different. I mean, intellectually I know that they should be different. I just don't know if they're different in the game. and I'm curious on how widespread that will be as we go throughout the different countries, um, throughout time and over time. 90. Wow, that's insane. Um, I see that we're still showing 70 down there, so I'm going to assume and guess that that's really what we're capped at. And we're barely doing 60 coming up, but I'm really surprised with all of the center dividers of this nature. Um, I know when cars touch those, a lot of times they get hung up in them, so I'm kind of surprised that they're in the middle of a road like this without any dirt or snow barrier in the middle, you know. Oh my gosh, we're just screaming along here. It's a pretty big drop off. I'd hate to slide off that. But I mean, I guess having the center dividers, just to jump back on that topic, of this nature isn't too out of the ordinary. I mean, if you're driving here in the States, up near upstate New York or through Pennsylvania, you'll see similar stuff. Um, Usually there's a bit more space in between the lanes in that, so I guess there is that. But man, this truck just likes to just get up and go. I thought it was originally just because we're going potentially downhill. Oh, well, there's the answer to that question. There's a cop car. Um, but I don't know. This truck just likes to go, going downhill anyway. So just have to keep an eye on that. That's all right. So we're at 70 right here. We shouldn't have to have any further. Ooh, I'm going straight. What am I doing? Shouldn't have to have any further need to try to slow down too much, but that's the way that it goes, I guess. So I feel like I need to be over here. We're doing our 70. Yeah, it doesn't really show up too well here, but driving along on this rut over here, you definitely feel everything kind of moving back and forth a little bit as the vehicle gets jostled around. It's pretty cool. That part seems fairly realistic. Well, no, I take back what I said earlier. It was up to 80, I thought, for a second, but I don't know, man. Nope. Kind of work my way around here. Someone got probably a speeding ticket or reckless driving, or maybe they didn't have their lights on. Don't know. We're going straight, so we'll stay in this lane. And continue on our way. Man, I'm excited to sit down and try to kit out a truck that we can call our own and deal with all the maintenance, repairs, all that fun stuff. I'm really, really stoked about that. That'll be really, really cool. So hopefully here we'll be able to get to that and check it out. And we're not going to be able to get all the top frills and stuff, but as you level up, just like an ATS, as you level up, you eventually are able to you know, work through that process and unlock more powerful engines, different chassis, different upgrades, different really cool pieces of, I guess you could say, cosmetic flair. It's not really the words I'm looking for, I guess, but I'm talking about different fenders, accessories, potentially cabin accessories, which, at least in terms of ATS, unless you have a mod, it's just not something that you really see a lot of in the game, whereas in ETS too, those are definitely things that are present, which is pretty nifty. So make sure we're not running anyone off the road. Man, this is just rutted up, something fierce. See, it says 80, so I guess 70 is not what we're capped at. That being said, I hate to get out of these ruts and slide off the road. That would suck a lot. Rebro. It's probably not how you say it, but it's a pretty cool name for a town. Still 80. This is 100 though. I'm curious what the difference between white and yellow is on the speed limit signs. Not really sure. I haven't figured that one out. I'll have to look that up. But speaking of traffic on roads and things of that nature, right now we're just rolling with all of the default items here in ETS2. I've taken a look at a lot of the Jazzy Cat stuff, and I'm going to start pulling a lot of that stuff in. I know every now and then it causes stuttering issues depending on when they update the game and if there's any changes to when it loads in the textures, how it loads them in, things like that. But we'll just have to mess with that as we move forward. I'm pretty excited to see a bit more variety of vehicles, especially European vehicles. I've seen a lot of the ones for ATS, and they're cool. It just feels like normal, everyday vehicles that you see running around. But here in Europe, I'm very excited to see a lot of what the style is for a lot of these older vehicles, whether it be older Russian vehicles, British vehicles, Norwegian, whatever it may be, right? It's just not something that I'm used to, and so I'm excited to see the difference in style, so to speak. So I'm going to try to get those working here for the next time I sit down and do a video, and if I can manage to get that working in a way that doesn't affect video quality, then I'll definitely get that going, and we'll be able to oogle and ogle at all the cool things, not just passenger vehicles, so to speak, but trucks, truck combinations, loads, things like that. Pretty cool. Pretty excited. It looks like we're going to be hanging a red up here as well. Get this slowed down a little bit. There's no one really behind us that's of any huge consequence, so we'll start to work on this as we come up. Ooh, as we slide. This is a bit of a sharper turn than expected, but that's alright. Yeah, this looks super snowy. We got a short trailer again, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue, but we'll hang out here on the right-hand side. Oh, and then it transitions. Alright, well, we'll hang out on the left-hand side then. And just so people know, we'll have our turn signal on as well. Alright, and time to floor and power. Cool. Very cool. Alright, I don't even really know what road we're on right now, actually. Man, that guy's going fast. Something I've always been wondering, for a while there was someone in ATS that was working on variable speed for the different AI traffic, and I'm curious if that was ever enacted, and I'm also curious if that was ever enacted and made it into like some of Jazzy Cat stuff. So certain vehicles will go different speeds. Oh, there's a truck up there. Not just necessarily like, you know, a certain vehicle is always going a certain speed, but sometimes you'll run into, alright, well, this semi-truck with this load that you've seen a million times, sometimes it goes slow, sometimes it goes fast. just to give different driving experiences of the AI around you. Um, that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if that's something that can be factored in or not, but to go poke around and see. I don't think there's any settings or variables available to kind of dive into that and mess with that, but if there are, I'll look for it. And if I can't find it, it still does exist. Guys, just let me know kind of what I got to do to find that stuff, and we can go down that road. Check it out. Ooh, okay, I thought this was a roundabout. Oh man, having flashbacks to that time where a roundabout came up and I just about went right through the middle of it. Um, I forget what vehicle I was driving when I was doing that. I think it was a man, but I'm not sure. Man, this reflective tape on the trailer in front of me is pretty cool. Pretty cool. If I had a bit of better higher resolution card that can handle it, I'm sure it wouldn't be quite so flickery, so to speak. But, and I really don't want to get too close to him. Him being AI, I'm sure he could just stop on a dime if he wanted to. It's also 70 through here, and I'm really not super interested in passing when I don't know the roads that well. I don't know when the merge happens, and it's also very, very slippery out. You know, like for example, I'm floored going up a hill, and I'm not gaining on him. So if I got stuck beside him, you know, it gives an opportunity for AI traffic to get up behind me. It's just a mess. So we'll just do what we're doing. That's a-okay. And now he's slowing down again. $500 meters. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna pass him. Probably gonna regret it. But we'll see what we can do. Gas gauge is getting low, and I don't think we need to get fuel. But, oh, see, this is what I was afraid of. I'm hard on the brakes, I'm hard on the brakes, I'm hard on the brakes. See, kids, this is why you don't mess with this stuff. There was a cop out here, I would be absolutely hosed. You get up there and you just can't pass them, then the road ends. Gotta figure out where those signs are, warning signs, or if they do exist. I'm not really sure. Looks like we're hanging a left up here. Alright. Very cool. How does this work? Okay. The road just zigs and zags and has a left-hand turn signal. Turn lane. Alright, let's see where we're going. Looks like some windy roads coming up. Some more nighttime driving. Something coming down the road towards us. Our brights on here, so we can actually see until the car comes around the corner. Just like that. Looks like a little bit of zigzag coming up. Not really sure what that's all about. Some sort of sign. Not sure if it's a deer warning sign or what, but Right now we're right in the eco power band as far as RPMs are concerned. Creeping up from the... There's someone else. Okay. Interesting. Our GPS signal seems to stop. Whoa. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Oh, okay. Yeah, we were just sliding through. Interesting. I'm not really sure what's going on. Let's pull over here. Let's get a bearing of what's going on with our stuff. Oh, let's see what's going on. So we came up to this point and it wasn't sure what was happening. Oh man, did we miss a turn? I bet you we missed a turn. Yeah. That probably would have done it. Wow, we're we're taking the long way around. That means we're going to need to get some gas. And I don't think there's any places to get gas over here. Alrighty. Well, let's reroute over this way. We'll get some fuel, because we're going to need it. I'm trying to figure out if it's actually quicker to go back this way, or if it's quicker to go back over here. And I think what it's telling me is that it's quicker to go over this way. So if that's the case, then we'll just stop back up here. Shoot. No. Interesting. Well, hey, learn something new every day. Well, ladies and gents, I appreciate you hanging out, and made a little bit of a bumble. We should have bumbled. And we'll go get some gas and work our way back. Too busy chatting and we missed our turn. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to stop and check everything out and hanging out for another episode. And until next time, I will see you later.